11 weeks to Madiera, and we're going back to the video diary. This week we are again at Wetherspoons. This seems to be the only time I can actually, there's the Wetherspoons sign here, Garden. Seems to be the only time I actually have for doing these video diaries is when I'm out here. So this week we are talking a physiotherapy update from my watching of the English Championships last weekend, and a little bit about our training over this last week and some injuries. So really struggling at the moment just with fatigue. So I had the day off, which was good, but I was up till like 3 AM last night just with mind racing, stress, this work situation I alluded to before. It's really coming to testing point at this point. And yeah, I think I've been quite good at keeping that at a distance, sort of trying to ring fence my room where I sleep as a kind of a no work zone. I do work outside of it when I come in and leave that till later, and I just wasn't able to do that last night, and it was almost like I was thinking about absolutely everything at the same time. So frustrating in some ways. I had today to catch up on sleep, but I was woken up early by rain, lots of people banging around the house. I haven't been able to get back to sleep, so really quite tricky. And I'm not sure if I'll really be recovered for tomorrow morning. So this last week I've actually been a bit run down and unwell, and I thought I'd done really well to keep going and keep my training going despite having a bit of a virus. But just not getting sleep last night's really thrown that out the mix. So last weekend I was away at a big church event in Birmingham, and just 10 minutes up the road was the English Championships, and there was some athletes from the city of Norwich competing there, which I didn't manage to see, but I did see some of the decathlon, which was just brilliant to see some of the guys at the top level in the UK compete together. Managed to catch up with Cal McEllennan, one of the athletes from Edinburgh, and his family as well, and it was good to maintain that sort of camaraderie, and helped me feel like I was a bit more involved in the event as well. Obviously this is an event that I would really be aspiring to, is really the top end of what I'd really be aiming for. So it was really good to go there and just test out the ground and see what it felt like and sounded like, and visualise myself being there at a future iteration. So that was really good. Got a bit of a cold on the Saturday night. Had the Monday off on leave, and just my strategy. I was had a bit of a virus, so I was doing nasal rinses. I was focusing on getting extra sleep. I was napping during the day. I went and did sauna, but no cold plunges. None of the sauna and cold plunges at the same time, but just sauna, out, shower, sauna. Taking my vitamin D, taking kefir, just and again being gentle with the body as well. So on Tuesday went out to the track and just threw discus for about half an hour, and that was it. Really not very tough on the body at all. And then Wednesday went to the gym and just did some fairly easy stuff. Last night, as per before, the pole vault mat has actually been quite wet, so I ended up being out actually in the cold. It's the middle of July, but it's actually quite cold here. I ended up a bit wet and then not sleeping, so that's maybe run down again. But it was really successful. I still went to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and did some long days there, and managed to keep the work going and stuff like that. So that was all good. Physio update. So it's obviously been at the back of my mind to go and see a physio for quite some time now. I'm 35 years old. I've got fairly good muscle mass. I'm quite a heavy person, and then I'm putting these really big stresses through my body. So at a certain point, it's to be expected that I will start to get some soft tissue injuries. I've had a bit of midfoot pain on my jumping foot, my left foot, and then I obviously had this knee problem that I had back in the winter when I was competing. That I think was due to the foot on the accelerator, just giving me hamstring strain that I managed to work around. But since the decathlon, I've had this ongoing knee pain at the front of my knees, and I was concerned that I was due to like pounding on the ground, and then the meniscus, this kind of shock absorber pad between the upper and lower leg had essentially been injured, and meniscus doesn't have a blood supply, so once you injure it, that's kind of you kind of have to make do with what you're left with or what then forms. And I was again worried about the anterior cruciate ligament because it was really sore as I was getting up or going upstairs, which can be the anterior cruciate. So I had a really good session with a physio called Joe Cousins here at Norwich and Recover Physio down in downtown Norwich here, and really detailed assessment, and being a medic, I was able to explain to in anatomical terms what he was testing and give you a lot of reassurance really that the anterior cruciate ligament was fine on both knees, the menisci were fine in both knees, and actually I've got a patellofemoral strain, so essentially my quads are really tight and that's pulling my kneecap up and it's grinding. And firstly it's reassuring. It's not that I've done something wrong that shouldn't have been doing. I've just been doing so much of the right stuff that it's then started to wear down and the body can't deal with it, so I need to be a bit more gentle perhaps. Set something I can work around, and then I've got some rehab for it. So he stuck some kind of needle things in, which gave kind of immediate help, and there was immediate decrease in the pain on flexion following that, which I was a bit sceptical about, but actually I did notice a difference in the strain and tension, and then also part of that's due to getting some hip strengthening exercises apparently, but he's the expert, so that's what we're going with. And then foam rolling of the quads is going to be key. That kind of speaks for itself when I need to get these quads relaxed. Doing hot and cold contrast is apparently very good for it as well to increase the blood flow, which I'm already doing, and then I've got the option of sports massage as well if I'm feeling I want to fork out even more money. Really quite reassuring. I don't plan to go back and see the physio before this next decathlon in September. I think I've got the tools to work with what I've got. So that's been a crucial part of the journey that I really should have invested in already, is going to see a physio. And I think I'm really quite lucky to be 35 and have the body that I have. I've not done a lot of hard training over the years like a lot of other guys have got, football and injuries that have been on for many years. By the time you get to 35, I've got a few different niggling things. I've not got that. I have had some severe injuries that I've recovered from, but I've not had any kind of chronic ones. And I think I've got longevity in this as well. So what's going to come up over the next week? Just quite an ordinary week. Next weekend I'm planning to be away out of town. It's going to be crucial to get in some good technical stuff and some tough sessions in over the next week before I leave for a long weekend. Because a long weekend can easily turn into like a whole week of not getting much done, because by the time you get back on the track and things. So it's been really difficult this week, the last couple of weeks, in terms of getting the technical sessions in. I haven't managed to get a hurdle session in. I think that's been partly due to the problem with the knee. I did do a pole vault session where I've started to get the knee drive much better, and again I was clearing 250 in the pole vault, but the injury is really affecting the jumps, taking up on this left leg where the problem is, putting all that impact through that. So that's going to be a focus for next week. It's easy to get the javelin in. There's 2-3 javelin sessions on a week. It's always there. Discus as well. I'm making good progress with the discus. I'm now incorporating a full 360 turn before I release the discus. I think we can rebuild that in over the next 6 weeks again with the with a high jump. I'm trying to build in this new run up. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but I'm keeping my hopes high for this next decathlon. And this spinning diary is really going to keep me in the game. And yeah, lastly, just managing the stress. Just being able to do a bit every couple of days, just do another bit of work towards this, resolving this, and just trust that it's going to come out in the end. So I'm off home for a wee nap, and we're still on for Madiera.